Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I am gonna play with the mix to mold that Mickey gave me the other day. She gave me pink, she gave me blue, she gave me colorings, and all the molds, tons of molds. So I pulled out these two. And the nice thing about this is you can measure them with water and not dry them out. Because it's water-based, it's not toxic, no gloves needed. I was gonna do it a different way, but then I changed my mind at the last second. I wanna marble these, and I was gonna marble the pink and the blue together, but that would mean I have to mix two different mixtures and you don't have a lot of working time. So I'm just gonna mix the pink mixture, drip in the pigments, purple and blue, and see if we can get marblings in these two little dishes. These don't have great directions. These are the worst directions of all the brands out there. So this just says small, medium, large, or extra large. How much water and how much mix to mold. And then it says makes, and then it just has a number, 12, 6, 3, 2. I don't know what that number means. If it means ounces, 2 projects, I have no clue. So I'm gonna do this the way I normally do this, which is put it in my cup up to where I kind of want it. So these both together took 10 fluid ounces. So I need at least 10 ounces made. I did pull out some coasters if I have extra. I don't mind extras. I love the way Mix to Mold comes out in extra coasters because I like to glaze them up, put UV DTF stickers on them. Love it. So I'm not gonna care if I have extra today. So I wanna make sure I'm up to the 10. So I think I'm gonna pour this into up to the 10 mark, because once you add your water, then you're going to have to, uh-oh, what's in here? Oh, a scoop or something? There's something in this bag. It's gonna get everywhere. What is it? It's probably the scoop. Yeah, there's a little scoop in the bag. No need for that in this house. I'm just gonna dump it in till I get to the 10 ounce mark. Well, maybe the 12 ounce mark, because it's gonna shrink down. All the other ones are like 10 to 1 or 10 to 3 or something like that. I haven't done them for a while, so I can't remember the ratios. Let's go up to 12. Like I said, we don't have a ton of time to work with it. And you probably should put the water in first, but because I don't know the measurements, I'm not going to do that. It's not normally too difficult for me. That is at, no, that's still at 10. That should be good. We have a little left just in case I need it. Well, that's higher. I'm definitely gonna have extras. Then I'm just gonna pour water in. Not all of this. I just brought in enough. Ooh, look at that bubblegum pink color. Wow. And use a whisk. And you're gonna want like a nice smooth consistency, not too watery, but not too thick to pour. So you definitely want to be able to pour it. Wow, that is a bright, bright pink. And you're going to want to get all that off the bottom, which I need a little more. It's still a little bit thick for me. But you want to, you don't have like 60 seconds like you do with polyurethane resin. Let me get this off of here and grab a spatula. That might help me a little bit to get down in there. I just don't want to waste anything. Don't tell Don I'm going to use his spatula. We just want to get all that powder off the bottom. You can use a bigger, like a mixing bowl would be better. But I didn't think I needed a mixing bowl today because I wasn't doing a ton. But we want it fluid, put it that way. This is not quite fluid yet. And you want it smooth before you pour it, or you're gonna have a bunch of lumps, and you don't want that either. So I don't see any more dry, but it's definitely not pourable yet. And you do have to seal this when you're completely finished, so you do have to make sure it's completely dry overnight. I heat mat mine for the sake of the video. And this is not fluid enough. I'm gonna need a little more water, and then I'll probably have to whisk it because I do see lumps in there. I was saying I heat map mine to get that dry through and through so I can seal it on video for you and still get you a video out every day. I think I will use my whisk again, make sure it's completely and utterly broken up. I don't see any powder anywhere. But yeah, I would use a mixing bowl if I was you. I usually do, but today I didn't. I thought this one would be big enough. And then I'm just going to drip in those colors like I normally do. A marbling technique. That looks pretty good. I don't think it's too thin. I don't think it's too thick. And if it is, and you're eyeballing it like I am, you just add a little more water or you add a little more powder. If I got it too thin, then I would have just added a little bit more powder. But I don't think it is too thin. My mat's gonna be a disaster, but that's all right. It'll wash up. That looks really good. I don't see, you don't put this through a bubble remover or anything. You just pour. All right, are you ready? Let me get everything out of the way. I used almost that whole bag. So I'm just gonna drip in some drops. Let me get these. I shook them really well before I turned the camera on. We're just gonna marble like normal. Purple. And then blue. And then I'm gonna give it a little swirl. And hope they come out decent. It's getting thick already on me. Come on, go down in there. You're gonna wanna bang it on your table. It's starting to get thick already. I should probably, maybe I needed more water. Maybe I'll do a little, I don't think it's gonna marble that good this time though. Like I said, you don't have a ton of time to work with this. So I think what I'm gonna do is add a little touch more water because I don't think I added enough. Now that I'm doing it, I'm just going to move a little faster here. All right, now I'm going to quickly drop color. I don't know that it's going to look good though. It's kind of not doing what I thought it was going to do, but we're going to go with it. Come on. It's just piling up on my mold because it's getting thick. Come on, flow down. So we may have pink bowls. You want to bang out all those air bubbles is what I want to do. And I still need to put more in here. And it is setting up on me already. And these are not full. Come on, gonna need a little more. These can be a complete disaster. I've never had to work this fast with this product before, but I've never used the colored ones either. I always use their white one and color it myself, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the setting up process. I didn't even check to see if I had enough for both of these, to be honest with you. Look at this, it's so thick in here already. Look at that, it's like so done. I didn't even get all of it out of the cup. Come on. Look at this one's already hard. That was so fast. I can't remember what the timing is to demold it. I'll have to read. I'm probably going to have an uneven bottom here. Come on. That was so fast. Look at this. I can't even use the rest of it. It is already cured. That was really, really fast. Come on. Please just go flat. Well, I have no idea if I have bubbles or anything. This one's not completely full, but we can sand the bottom if we have to. Wow, that was fast. The fastest board, not even an extra. Oh well, no extras. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna turn my heat mat on. Oh, let me see how long it takes. Allowed to cure 60 minutes. Okay, that's before unmolding it, but that's not before sealing it. You want this completely, look at that, it's already warm. It's already curing. Can we see through it? Well, we got a little bit of a marble, so it might not be horrible. All right, I'm gonna put my heat mat on for a couple of hours and demold this in a couple hours to make sure. I'm gonna go wash all this out so I can save it, and see you in a sec. Okay, well, I'm back. I literally just cleaned up and came back because now I'm interested. I've never had something set up that fast. I pulled out my Magic Pour, Let's Resin brand. I have a big bucket of this, and I'm gonna pour another bowl with this one and see if this one sets up that fast. I just don't remember it setting that fast, and that was really, really crazy. So I'm just gonna do this. This one held 6 ounces. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna scoop this until it says 7 ounces maybe, and add water. Now this one does have ratios by weight, but I don't usually use them. If you do this 1 or 2 times, you typically know exactly what you're doing. And I do get some nasty comments sometimes for not following the directions, but once you do it a couple times, you're gonna do it exactly the same way as me. This one is a, let me get the ratio for you. You have to have a scale, of course, because it's by weight, not by volume. Let me just see what it says on here. I think it's 10-to-1 or something like that. Oh, you know what? It's not even on here. I would have to look it up. I don't have the package insert with it anymore, but doesn't matter. I'm going to do it my way. All right, this has about 8 or 9 ounces in there. I'm going to just mix up the white and then drip in the 3 colors this time instead of mixing up the color. Gosh, I hope I have enough water now. Otherwise, I'll be running into the other room to grab some more. I never had to work that fast. That was like almost polyurethane speed, and that's really speedy. That's like a minute. Okay. It's still thick. Oh goodness, I hope I have enough water. Come on. Give me a consistency I can work with. Because you need it thin enough if you're pouring a bowl. It's a very thin-walled item. Or mold, I should say. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. A little bit more. And I just turned my heat mat back off, so I don't really want to place this on the heat mat because that's going to help it cure. It's not hot or anything, but it's definitely warm. Okay, we're getting, that's plenty of water. I just want to mix it really good to keep it smooth, so you don't want any lumps. Now let's see if I could pour this as a liquid instead of partial solid. I should have taken all my caps off, but I didn't. I'm so used to working with resin and not rushing around like this. Okay, I'm gonna do pink, blue, and purple as drips in here. Well, the pink and blue will make purple, but you know. So this is already staying much more watery. And then we're going to pour it in the bowl. Oh, see how much beautiful this looks, and it's flowing so much nicer. Look at that. That's going to be so pretty. I don't even feel like I have to bang it on my table. I mean, you still have to check for bubbles and everything, but just do that. This is going to be so pretty. I have just enough. Just enough. Look at that. No extra. Oh my gosh. Not enough extra to do anything with, really. Oh, wow. Okay. So that was a better experience. I'm wondering if it was because it's a colored powder and that made it so much harder to mix and pour quickly. I don't know. That's the question. I don't have enough mixed mold in white to test it against mixed mold in white. I have a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna go grab the little bit that I have because that's kind of not fair that I'm using the Let's Resin against the mixed mold. And let's pour one coaster because I think that's all I have in the mixed mold, the white. So let's start all over again. I will go refill everything. I'm not gonna move this. You can just see how I still have time to like bang bubbles out. It's still watery. Plenty of time. Perfect. All right, I'll just use this cup. I don't think it matters that there's stuff in there. Let me go grab that. I grabbed the mix mold right here. It's in the cup already. Now the magic pour, it says right on the front. I don't know how I missed it. 3:1 by weight. So those are the measurements to measure the magic pour. So I just did enough for probably one coaster. Maybe I could do two. I'm not sure. So let's just do the same exact thing with this one. I just have it in a smaller cup. And see if we have enough time or if it's gonna set up. I'm thinking it's the color. And if you guys have experience with that color, the colored one, let me know if you had the same experience with pouring it so fast. See, because this one, I could still pop bubbles out of it. And it's been probably 5-6 minutes since I walked away. All I did was go grab the other bucket and rinse out my other cup. That didn't take very long. Okay, so this one feels smooth. I usually really like the mixed mold too, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that colored one. I just want to make sure it's smooth, that we got all those things out. And it is. So let's marble the same way. Purple, blue, and pink. Whoops. And then pour. Let me move you. I'm gonna give it a little stir. And then pour. Maybe I can get 2 of them. We'll do 2 thin ones. How's that? Have a nice little set. Well, one's going to be a little deeper than the other as far as coloring goes. Look at that. Perfect amount for 2 coasters. Oh, look at that. I had 1 clump in there that I did not manage to get in there. So I'm just going to squash that around. That's it. Now I'm done. See how that happens? Like, I get curious on my project and I just do it again and do it again and do it again. All right, I'm going to move the other ones over here. Now I'm gonna get my heat mat going so we can get these poured, or not get these poured, get these cured enough that I can seal them when we unmold. It's gonna be several hours, my time. But it should, if you don't have a heat mat, make sure you do like 24 hours, at least 24 hours. And that cleans up so beautiful off of this new mat that I have. Look at that. Okay, BRB. They've been on the heat mat for a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm gonna just unmold everything and leave them on the heat mat for a little while longer. Oh, that's really like light. I thought it was gonna be like darker than that. I could feel the wetness on that side, so that's why I want to take them out. So get them out of the molds, and yeah, not crazy happy about those. Those didn't turn out so good. I don't even know if I want to finish that. Let's see. I hope this one's better. Gosh. It poured so nicely too. I always get nervous taking these out because I know they're not fully dried yet. And I've never broken one, but I'm sure it's possible. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. It stained my molds, but look at that. That's pretty nice. It's so smooth. There's no bubbles anywhere. So I'm gonna leave them out of the molds for a couple more hours on the heat, just because I want them completely and utterly dry. Let's see how these come out. I don't know about these. Not sure about the colors. Let's see if I can. Yeah, the marbling didn't come out very good, so it's basically pink with a few drops of purple. Not the best. These might end up in Blooperville depending on what I do to them after the fact. Maybe I'll use them for something around here. I don't know yet. That was just, it was crazy how fast that was setting up. So let's let these dry. I'm going to try to clean all my molds out. I don't think they're going to clean though. I'm going to let these dry completely. Yeah, they're definitely still wet. I can feel that. And then to sand them down, it's really easy. You can either use a knife, which is simple. You just kind of scrape, or like a piece of sandpaper or a nail file, just like resin, except it's easier to do because it's like a powder. I mean, my top isn't that great because it was so thick when I was pouring it. I mean, maybe I'll put a cork on that when it's done to level that out, because it's not completely level. And this one is way worse. I don't even know if I could do anything to that one. I'm missing, I mean, I might have to put, I don't know how thick that base is. If I sand it all down flat and put a layer of resin over it, I don't know. I might just take these, I don't know. I'm not gonna mess around with it yet. I'm just gonna get this sharp edge off, but I don't even know why I'm bothering, because I need to sand that whole entire bottom down. But I will seal these when they're done and see if they're even worth saving before I start messing with the bottom. I don't know. Not too crazy about these pink ones, I have to say. These, no good either. That one got ruined on the edge. So I don't even know if I want to finish these two. I might save them and do something else with them later, but so far this is the best one. That one's not too bad. All right, I'm going to pop this on for another couple hours. It's on high. I'm gonna cover it up to keep the warmth in, and then be back as soon as they're ready to seal. It's been all day. They've been on the heat mat all day. They're completely dried through. So now the next step is to seal them. So if you guys haven't done this before, you're gonna say, well, what do you seal it with? I have plenty of options for you. I'm gonna give you the ones that I'm not gonna use. So Mix to Mold makes these sealers. So this one's glossy and this one is matte. As you can see, I just got this one, but this one's still kind of full because I don't use it very often. You could use beeswax if you would like. I have used this before. I even have this Odie's oil that we use on our wood charcuterie boards, but this is quite expensive. This is 45 bucks just for this this thing, but it smells really good. I typically tend to go towards sparkle, and I have the dragonfly glazes. I'll link these below. Everybody always wants to know what they are. Comes in a set of 4, so I chose 2 of them. This is violet blue green shift. This says red violet blue shift. Honestly, I don't see any shifts in them. So I'm going to do, because this is so pink, I have not fixed the bottom yet. I will do that after the fact to see if I even like it with the sparkle in there. And I think after the sparkle, I'm going to clear seal these with a clear spray I bought from the hardware store. So I'll probably do that. Well, this doesn't take too long to dry. Now these, not too thrilled with them. I've got that big chip on the side that I didn't like. So I did put tape. Wasn't crazy about the back because it's very spotty, so I didn't want to save the back. I did sand this down with a nail file. It's really, really simple. I mean, there's some colors in here, very, very light. And I just happened to get these UVDTF stickers in Happy Mail yesterday from Canada. And they came in handy because I was like, you know what? I need something that's light, yet small and flowery because it's pastel. So that's what I'm going to do. I just put my scissors away when I needed them. So I think I'm going to do this one. And then one of the purpley ones, we're going to stick it on the coaster. I'm going to stick it on before I seal it. And then I'm going to seal the coaster. I think I'm going to do this one here. Then we're going to seal the coaster with the shimmery dragonfly glaze. And then I'm going to top coat the coaster with resin. But before that, I need to wash them down because it won't stick very well otherwise. Might not even stick very well with them washed. But, ooh, look at the color that's going to come out with resin. Even though it's not resin, but just got to get them really clean. Get all that dust off. Let's see if they even stick. I hope they stick. Or I could seal it. And I would have to leave the... yeah, you know what? I don't think they're going to stick. I think I tried this before. Let me try just a clear piece that I don't need. What can I try? Because that's, I mean, I need a piece of actual sticker. Let me pull something out that I may never use. Let's pull this one out. I'm going to cut out that little tiny flower that I'll never probably use. Well, I'm not going to use it now because it's my guinea pig. I don't want to waste these two that I do like if this isn't going to stick. Watch, it's going to stick and I won't be able to get it off. Wouldn't that be terrible? Let's do the back. Let's clean the back. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, it's like taking the color off. So you definitely need to seal. So I took the back piece off. Let's see if it's even going to stick down there. You have to peel the top piece off as well. Nope, see? Not going to work. So I do need to seal them first. And then I'm going to end up having to leave this clear sealer on. This clear piece on. So I'm going to cut really, really closely to the flower because we're going to have to leave that on. I won't be able to pull it off even with the sealer on there because you'll pull that sealer right off, especially since I'm not letting it wait very long. So I'm just going to pull the back piece off, lay it on top of the dried sealer, and then you won't see this clear piece under the resin, but I don't like to leave it there if I don't need to, but I need to. I think I've done it before and it was completely fine. I didn't have any problems. I never saw it the last time, so I know it's possible to do that. Why is it that the extras always got to give me the hardest time? I'm going to do the same thing to this. That way I don't have a whole bunch of clear sticker sticking out. And I will use my CCDIY tumbler coating epoxy to coat these because that dries in like an hour. It's like really, really fast. But it's quite expensive to buy that stuff. All right, so all I'm gonna do, let's see, which one do I want to use? Let's do this one. It must be my favorite because it's almost like a quarter. I have like a quarter of it left. So I must use this one all the time. Let's just see what it's gonna look like on here. Just gonna paint it on. Let's leave it tipped over. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but I can see the sparkle, and it's really, really pretty. And it's kind of bringing out those colors a little bit more too. So they're not a complete and utter failure. And then we're just gonna let that dry. We will have to seal the back, but I will do that after it's completely done. There's something on there that I don't want. There it goes. Just put that back. You can do a couple coats if you want to, if it makes you feel better. I'm just gonna coat all of these in their respective colors. And then, like I said, I will probably, ooh, I put too much on that one, or it's going in there. I will probably, well, not the coasters, but I will probably spray seal the rest of them. I mean, they make little, cute little, like, bowls for some veggies that are sitting out on your counter, or like, this one is really pretty. I love the colors in this one. I wouldn't even want to cover this up, but it's a bowl and you really need to use it if you make it. You can even use them for like little succulent garden. I remember one succulent garden I made a while back. It came out really cute. It was in a much bigger bowl than this though. I'm just gonna go all the way around everything. Like I said, you do the back too. You want to seal everything in, but I'll wait until it's dry. And I always do that last. I usually do it the next day off camera, just to make sure I'm completely right about all the water getting out. I don't feel it wet, but being that I'm not in really a hurry to get the back done, I always wait a day, or you could wait a couple days. Okay, I'm gonna do this top ledge and the outside rim so it all matches really pretty. And you can do, like I said, a couple of, that's in there too. What is that? It's just jumping from one spot to the next. You see that shine? Isn't that gorgeous? And then, I mean, it dries really fast. I'll do this outer portion too, but let's just wait until that dries so my hands don't get all messy. Let's see what this one looks like. I guess I should shake it first. All right, a little bit. I don't know if there's any saving. Well, it brings the pink and purple out. Not too bad. Anytime you seal these things, your colors end up popping really nicely, which I always forget because I don't make this very often. I just happen to like epoxy a little bit better than this stuff. Oops, wrong one. But if you can't do epoxy, this is a great alternative to be creative. Have quick demolds, because you could take it out in 60 minutes, sometimes faster depending on which product. Several people have these products on the market. In fact, I think all the companies that make resin have one version of this, at least, that they're promoting. I mean, to me, they're all the same. I don't know. I don't think one's better than the other, to be honest with you. Isn't that a pretty pink now? Not too bad. Now, I'm going to do that when it's dry. So I'll come back after everything's coated. Oops, I should have blown that out first. And dry. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else to the bowls. I doubt it. I don't think they need anything because I don't know what they're going to be used for. I don't necessarily have to bling everything up that I do. Do I? I feel like I should, but no, I think the coasters, which are an extra, are going to actually get the most attention from me. Otherwise, this would have been a really quick day for me. Look at, it's like bubblegum. Bubblegum pink. I bet my friend Barbara's going to love this color. All right, so I'm going to let this dry. Do all the sides. I am going to Well, we can work on that while these are drying. Let me just get this brush wiped out. Well, I don't want it to like dry on the brush while I'm doing something else. I'm just using a little alcohol. Probably should use acetone. Actually, soapy water would be best, but I don't feel like walking into the kitchen. So I'll let these dry and do another coat in a minute. These here, I'm just gonna put the sticker on. Did I do the edges? No. I'll do the edges after. What is that? Oh, see? It'll peel off. That's why this isn't the best thing to be using for a final seal. It's just a seal for shimmer. So you're definitely going to want to seal that in. I got it on the sides and now it's peeling off because I didn't let it dry. Let's see. Let's just put these on. Hopefully they'll stay. I'll put this purple one on. Oops. Please come off. There we go. So I won't be able to peel off that clear one because if I peel the clear off, it's going to take off the dragonfly glaze with it. And I am not going to paint inside all those little petals. That's what I did last time. And then this one can go right here. Just press it down really good. It'll stick good enough for the resin. Okay, I'm gonna go mix up. I only need about 1 ounce. 1 ounce of resin for both of them. Clean up my space, get those up on a jar. Let me grab a jar so they can be lifted up high, and then we'll coat them, and then I will redo those. I've got 1 ounce of my quick cure mixed up. Sorry about the no gloves, guys. We're redoing our rooms, and my gloves are in the other room, and I was too lazy to go get them. So I'm not touching it. And I'm just gonna top coat it, not flood coat it. Top coat is when you keep it from going over the edges. A flood coat is when you want it to go over the edges. And I really don't want it to go over the edges today. It's not gonna take this whole ounce, but it's kind of hard to mix up less than that. This is some really thick resin, which is what you want for tumblers. And you really want your resin to set up fast for tumblers, otherwise you have other problems. And it's almost time to do a tumbler video. I haven't done one in the longest time. I do have an order for one coming up with the cutest dog to go on there. So I'm thinking about doing a video with it. I'm not sure. So if you guys want to see that, I have a ton of tumbler videos out there already. There's a whole playlist full of them. Every way you could think of making them. So I don't do a whole lot of them anymore because I know a lot of you don't do tumblers. Let's see. Come on. There we go. I'm just going to torch out the bubbles because you don't put these through a vacuum chamber. I did put some crushed crystal in here. So if you see some shimmer, that's what it is. You know I have to put that in anyway, no matter what. Well, this one I'm going to get down into that taped part, so hopefully it'll build up a little wall. I may put rhinestones around the edges. I don't know how much I'm going to do to these little things. Like, these were supposed to be the extras, and they didn't come out great, and they're getting the most attention now. But I don't want them to just go in the trash. I'm going to give you guys some ideas on how to save some things. Now that they're coated with the sealer, I don't think they're that bad because the colors came out a little bit more bright instead of so washed out. There we go. I have a little left I'll do something with. You'll have to pop bubbles a couple times when you do a top coat like that, especially when you don't put them through a vacuum chamber. Aren't they pretty? They come out so pretty. I'm just going to keep an eye on them because, like I said, the stickers are not perfectly down. they didn't stick to that great. So I'm making sure like all these edges are underneath the resin, which I'm gonna have to be pushing them down, it looks like. I hope these aren't a fail. Otherwise I might have to top coat again. The stickers are kind of lifting on the edges. So I'm just gonna babysit this. It is what it is after about 15 minutes. You can't really do anything else with this kind of resin. So I should, if I stay here and watch it, I should be okay, but there's no guarantees. Okay, while I watch it, I'm just gonna paint these again, seal them down. See that? Little thing keeps popping up. Might have to top coat them again. All right, I'll let you know what I did in just a second. As you can see, the coasters are no longer with us. We did have a funeral for them earlier and they are in the bin. So hindsight is 2020, right? I made so many stupid errors on that. So I should have glued that sticker down, and I didn't want to wipe off all that resin, and I was too lazy to wipe it off. So I sat here for 15-20 minutes holding those edges of the stickers down, walked away, and they just kept coming up higher and higher, and the resin got too sticky. So I peeled the sticker off thinking I could save it. I'll just put the resin on, do a sticker later, and do another top coat. No, that pulled all the dragonfly glaze off, and then the coloring was gone. So you know what, guys? You are not the only ones that chuck things in the trash, because I do it too, and that's where those are at. These are done. These are good. I took this clear gloss sealer by Rust-Oleum from the hardware store. After I glazed the sides, I got everything glazed really pretty and shimmery, and then I sprayed them with the sealer. That's it. I have not done the bottoms. I'm going to do them tomorrow. So these are dry and nice and coated and sealed in with two different kinds of sealers. Can you see that shimmer in there? Isn't it pretty? I mean, these look like gigantic ramekins. And then this one is gorgeous. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then once I sealed it, and the shimmer just brings those pastel colors to life. I do really like this. I did this edge. I am probably gonna spray this one. Well, it's evening here and I was spraying in my garage, so I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm gonna probably spray this one again tomorrow when I can get them out in the sun to dry a little faster and get that edge a little bit better. I might do these, but I think these are okay, but I might try them again. And then I will probably seal that in with the beeswax. Maybe I'll do that with you so you can see what it'll look like. This one needs a little help. This one, yeah, I need to sand that a little bit. It's not exactly even, but we could do this one if you want to with some beeswax. Let me grab it, because I did put it away. So you just take that with a little bit of paper towel here, and it'll bring the color to life too. And that just seals it in. Instead of painting it or spraying it with that sealer, this does pretty much the same thing. It's just gonna go into that mix to mold and gives it a nice finish. And that's it. So I will sand these tomorrow when I have some daylight, and maybe I can get Don to do them for me. I don't think he'll mind. I need to get that flat before I put it on eBay. So I don't know. If you like them, look for them on there. If you like pink and you know what to do with them, if you have any ideas what you could do with these, let me know. But this one I think is my fave. Love it. I'm just gonna let this sit this way until this is completely dried up. And that's it for today, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I have more orders I have to fill though. I think I better start doing those. People have been waiting. So we're gonna get to a few of those tomorrow. You know, there's never just one project on this table. I always have to do more than one. So I will see you guys then. Hope you have a blessed day. Stick around for those pictures. Bye everyone.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see